Hey guys, it's Devin again. This episode I'm going to be having a conversation with Terez Taylor. She's a client at SCI Fit and actually has an injury that I didn't know much about, really didn't even know it could happen until I met her. So it was real interesting talking to her about how it happened and everything that comes along with that. So hope you like the episode and thanks.
What you know about?
Alright, so we're rolling. It doesn't matter.
What you know about?
You good? Yeah. Okay. That's nice. Alright. So so there's like background to start off. We'll just talk about your injury real fast or not real fast, however you want to do it, and then we'll just go from there.
Like the exact, what my injury is.
What it is or how it happened or whatever yeah.
So I have been diagnosed as a C4 incomplete.
Okay.
And I didn't know what had happened to me until I was out of the hospital. So I was in the hospital for 2.5 months, I think. Mm-hmm. And then after that, we went to a neurologist and I told him what had happened. I said, I had this tingle. I was in my car and had this tingling in the back of my neck. And then all of a sudden it, radiated to my arms and I couldn't move my arms. But I was able to call my mom and she called 911 and they showed up. And I remember they were able to show me use your elbow to open up the door. So I used my elbow to hit the lock. I stood up. I remember standing up and then I got on the gurney. And then once we were inside the ambulance, they're, asking me all these questions, move your legs or move, and I couldn't at that point. It was that fast. And turns out I had a stroke to my spinal cord. Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
So you called your mom
instead
of 911. You were just like, something's wrong. I just want my mom to know or something.
I told her, I said, Mom, I feel weird. I just feel weird. I go, I can't move my arms. I had a Bluetooth on, which is good.
Yeah, that's helpful.
Yeah, and I said, call 911. I'm at this location. Call 911. I kept repeating, and she,
that's
of course, yeah,
super
And also too, I think it happened so fast, but I also think I was really, I was kind of calm. I was super calm.
Yeah.
When I was in the emergency room, I told the nurse, I said, hey, my wallet is in my purse. My medical card is in there. So, get all the information you need to get. So my mom actually got to the emergency room. She's like, they have all your, she said I didn't really have to do much.
They just took her to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, to be calm and keep that presence of mind during that. I mean, even you didn't know what was happening, but even still, if something not great was happening.
Yeah, I knew something was wrong, but I didn't know what was wrong, It's just kind of I feel weird. I need to go to a hospital.
Yeah.
I need to call my mom and let her know, where I'm going or...
Where they take you.
Yeah, where they take me.
Where did they take you?
I originally said I wanted to go to Sutter, downtown. Mm-hmm. But, yeah. I want to go to the bougiest hospital. But they're like, we're going to go. I ended up going to Mercy San Juan because I was over there in Sunrise.
It's a good place to be for a stroke.
I mean, it was kind of it was crazy.
Mercy San Juan is good.
I don't really remember a whole lot. I just remember, there are doctors in and out of my room. Nobody really was like, hey, this is what's happening right now. It was just more so and I had a trach. Yeah. And one of the things is they gave me a trach that was too big, so I couldn't talk. So I literally could not talk for a whole month.
Yeah, for you, too.
Yeah.
For you to not be able to talk.
Yeah.
What, do you think that you don't remember? Maybe they told you and you don't remember because I know when you're in there under that type of stuff, you're in and out and you're drugged up all the time.
I was super drugged up.
Yeah. So do you think that they try to tell you and you were just ugh, and so they just waited? Or
the things that I remember were more so my mom or my aunt or my dad next to the bed, and the doctor I think was talking to both of us,
Yeah.
But I feel I was like in and out. So they were more, talking to my parents.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So, I mean, they were there. So I don't think they were necessarily not telling me anything, but I was just so, in and out. But
How old were you when that happened? I think you told me, but I don't remember.
2009. Oh my God. 23? 23.
23 when
Yeah.
that happened.
23.
Dang.
Crazy. So crazy.
Were you done with college then?
Yeah, so I was done with college. I was actually I was working at Chili's, and the Chili's that I was working at got closed down because it wasn't, doing that way. It was a newer one. And so I was looking for a new job. I was like, I had applied for a banking job, so I was trying to.
Okay.
And then I was also thinking about going back to school to get a master's.
Yeah.
So that's what, that was like where I was at. And then all this stuff happened. It was just crazy.
Well,
Yeah.
I know now you're about to be looking for a job again.
Yeah.
Sorry. So, what are you looking for then? You went back to school, right?
Yes.
So how did that go for you? What was all that like?
I put it off for so long, just adjusting to life and everything. And it was honestly getting my master's was always something I wanted to do. I just I didn't know when I was gonna pursue it or not, and I finally told myself, okay, you're gonna do this. So I looked into University of Phoenix, and I said, there's a whole bunch of programs at different places, and I was like, I want to do something that's convenient for me, and something that is accessible for me, and so I did that about a year and a half ago. So it took me about a year and a half, and I'm done. I have a master's now in business administration.
Well, congratulations.
Yeah.
Then. that's
I want to work.
Great, regardless.
Yeah.
Right.
I want to work in management, or telling people what to do.
Telling people, yeah.
I think I'm suited more at delegation. I should have said that instead, right? That's a better way of saying
Telling people what to do.
I think I'm good at delegation. I'm organized, and I have an idea of how things should be.
That's like for this podcast even.
Yeah.
What time you said? What time do you want to meet?
What?
I don't know, like
You're like
2.
2 o'clock. I'm like,
Yeah,
no.
Let's do 3. Yeah, 3 works. So then, were there any, because it's an online program?
Yes.
Right? And so online means you have to be on a computer. Were there any challenges in terms of you have limited hand use and all that? And so how did that go? What did you use?
I personally didn't do any adapters or anything to help me type or anything. So I just kind of used my index fingers to type.
You kind of,
yeah,
for lack of a better, hunt and peck, but faster with it because you're.
Yeah. A lot of people use.
I know that people use Dragon Speak.
Yes.
I know that. Yeah.
So
Patrick did that.
Yeah. So I think it's all verbal.
I do. Dictation software.
Yeah, I do have not prosthetics. What are they?
Like an orthotic.
Yes. So I have orthotics that were made for me, and they're called dolphin splints. And
dolphin splints.
Yes, because it's the shape of it. So and essentially, I'd still be typing the same way with my index fingers. So the dolphin splint is basically I forget what the OTs, they build everything. So they built one specifically to go around my index fingers, and it has like a little thimble looking thing at the end. So you're,
Yeah.
But I noticed that, of course, my hands would cramp a lot more.
In the splints?
Not in the splints.
Oh, not in the splints.
Not using the splints. Just typing regularly or whatever. And so I'd have to take a break. And you're at a computer for
a long time.
Yeah, 3-4 hours a day sometimes, and I have to make sure I'm shifting my weight, make sure I take a break, because my body I would be drained because I'd be like, oh, I forgot to eat, or oh man, what time is it now?
Yeah.
So
So do you use those splints then? You were talking about cramping up. Do you use them?
No, I don't. I mean, essentially, it's the same movement. When I had them on, that's what I announced. I was like, okay, I can, use them to type, with my index fingers. And I was like, maybe I can still do the same thing without it. That's essentially, there's a lot of adaptive stuff I have at home. And sometimes I'm like, okay, like, do I really need it? Because, when you're first, have a spinal cord, you're looking for anything and everything. You're like, oh, oh, let me try this, let me try that. So it's all, trial and error. So I also have adaptive weights, but the adaptive weights actually are a lot more beneficial to me, I think.
The dumbbells?
No, they're
what do you mean
gloves.
adaptive weights?
So they're gloves, but they have weights in them.
How heavy do they go?
How
heavy do yours go? We'll start.
Mine are 1 pound, but I haven't seen if they have like heavier ones online.
Yeah, I'm sure it does. I mean, you can't have a 50-pound glove,
No.
but you could have a 5-pound glove, depending on, especially with a bigger hand or something.
But I do use my not adaptive hands, but the
gloves?
Yeah, my old ones.
Oh, the active hands.
Yeah.
Oh, you have the leather.
I have the
leather
old
ones.
school
Yeah.
ones, so I use that. My mom will usually help me with those.
So you have active hands for like helping grip stuff.
Yes.
And then you have special gloves that are weighted. What brand are those gloves? And I've never even heard of those before.
I can look them up on my phone.
Look them up on the phone. Well,
Okay.
yeah, look them up while we're going. Shoot, might as well.
Yeah. I think I got them off Amazon. I'm not sure.
Because everything comes off
Oh,
Amazon.
yes. Of course.
Like what?
Like, what doesn't come on Amazon?
No, like I feel like nothing. We get everything. I mean, even the electrodes we use here.
Well,
We start getting like
Well, so usually you order them off of
French Creek.
Yes,
Yeah.
and they went out of business.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
Now
you get them in 6 hours from Amazon.
I gotta find out which brand too, because
Yeah. All right. So you have. So how long does did you have to write papers in your MBA program?
Yes.
So how long does a paper take
okay.
take for you to write?
I mean, for me, I would. It would take me maybe 2-3 days, but
So that's not crazy for a paper in general.
it's not crazy, but the papers would be anywhere from like 1,400 words to I don't know, like it just depended on the subject matter.
Yeah.
So for my marketing class, I think my paper was a 25-page paper.
How long does a 25-page paper take? Not like how many hours?
It was accumulated over weeks.
Oh, okay.
So you would take. So I mean, at the end, it wasn't as long. But okay, so writing or typing, I don't know, 3 pages or 3 pages probably take me about, I don't know, maybe like 2 hours, 3 hours to do. I mean,
that's normal. That's not like insanely long.
And I think also too is because I do have mobility in my hands, so it's not just, you know what I mean. It's not that much of a struggle. I mean, it is still a struggle, obviously, but it's not as bad, And also too, I noticed once I got started, you get into
that groove.
Yeah, that groove where you're tapping. Yeah. I mean,
no, that's not. So that's not any. Were there any times where you were like, I'd like to have a dictation software right now?
Okay. So
keep going. I'm gonna lock this door. I'm gonna just lock us in. But keep going.
So like, when you do stuff, where you're copying and pasting, or you have to hold like 3 buttons down, that kind of stuff was difficult. So, you'd be, on a Mac, it was like, what, Command V or Command C?
I don't know. I still don't know that stuff on Mac.
Yeah, so stuff like that would be really hard. And I'd be like, oh my God. And then I'd highlight the wrong thing or copy and paste that wrong thing. I'm like, oh.
But
like,
I don't know.
Why can't I just freaking, like,
those things, though, I don't know if that would be easier on a dictation software or not. Like, what do you say? I'd like you to highlight this piece.
Can you highlight
those words? And then there's 17 times where those words appear together, and you're like, well, that's...
Highlight sentences 1 through 5. Or, no, that'd be...
That sounds like a nightmare.
Yeah.
Oh. I know the difference between Mac and like PC, like the things that you can do, like having to use your fingers. I remember my cousin told me one time, she was like, all right, so what I tell people when they're learning how to use a Mac is just do what you would do on a PC.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, I'd right click. How do I do that? And so I'm like, that's what I would do right now. Like,
I have a Air, and then I had I don't know, not like a Dell, but you know, like one of those.
a Dell or like a compact. It runs on Windows instead of the Mac offering.
Yeah. But once I converted to the Mac, I liked it.
It's good
because it's
good.
just like your phone.
Yeah,
Essentially, it's your phone. So I mean, it's easy, and I get my text messages on there.
on your laptop.
Yeah.
You just
FaceTime.
text them back super fast.
Yep.
Right?
FaceTime on the computer. Same thing.
That's easy money.
Yeah. So I don't know for the weights.
How do you? So when you're having to do like the 3-button like commands, how do you end up doing that then?
I would use my index finger, my thumb, and my pinky are on my.
You have that much dexterity?
Yeah.
Is it like because your hands aren't like big?
No.
Like, do you have a hard time reaching the keys sometimes?
Yeah. But luckily, the command button for iMac is towards the bottom, so it's not as like I'm not reaching across the
whole
keyboard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you looked into like are there not are there? I know there are, but have you looked into like keyboards for different
ergonomic
things?
ones?
Yeah, not even necessarily ergonomic, but like an adaptive one where it's keys are spaced a little differently, or they're just put in different places, or whatever.
I mean, no, not necessarily. I kind of just was like, okay, this is what I have. Let me work with what I have.
Okay.
But, yeah.
All right. So you got the MBA, and you're looking for a management job though.
Yeah, probably through the state.
Through the state.
What I feel with the state, it'd be more convenient because they have a disability program. It's called the LEAP program.
Called the what program?
LEAP.
Leap,
Yeah.
like a frog, like leapfrog?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm giving up on the weights. I'm gonna.
That's okay. Leap, okay. And that's through the state?
Yes.
What is that program?
The Limited Examination and Appointment Program.
Ooh.
Yes.
So what does that do?
So they help people with disabilities, with job placement. So with the state, you do have to take there's examination just to make sure they want, experience, make sure you're, competent.
And you should, just because you're using a wheelchair doesn't mean if you suck at it,
so
you shouldn't automatically be.
But also to make it, adaptable for, you for who's ever taking the exam.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Sunny works for the state. Sunny actually works.
Sunny Ali.
Yes,
yeah.
Sunny actually works. My mom said she saw him downtown, I think.
Because your mom works for the state too, right?
Yeah, my mom works for the state too.
Okay.
So they have a limited for examination. So they set you up the program, and from there you look at the positions that you're interested in, and then you apply like any state job. You have to. It's a long process. The state application is online, but that's what you have to start with first. Is especially if you have a disability for that. But yeah.
And so your mom works for the state. Would you be kind of in the what does she do? Would you be near her with her in the same type of thing? Are you gonna be totally different?
I think I'd probably be totally different.
Okay.
Probably wouldn't be in the same department.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I mean, she's been working for the state since I can remember.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So she dropped you off here. And
Yeah, she dropped me off.
So
I mean,
what's that gonna be like when you have a job?
I mean, I think I told you before. I mean, I would do paratransit, and we all know, they're not the most reliable.
It's a great program, but
it's flawed.
It could, they're doing the best they can, but definitely you can't be an hour late to work. Which happens sometimes.
But I do want to start driving. We've definitely looked into cars.
We've had a bunch of people start driving here too.
Yeah, I mean, I want a vehicle that's able to not only accommodate me, but say if someone wanted to drive my car, that I could, move the chair so that they could drive too.
Yeah, that's a lot of people talk about. Like, you can get the car and you can take the driver's seat out and pull right up, but then what if someone wants to drive or something like that? Yeah.
I mean, you should have that option automatically, but your car, is one of the ones that's really popular.
Or the Honda Element.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they had, but they stopped making them.
That's why it's like just places like CarMax and stuff. They're off like it's higher value because people want it and they don't make it anymore.
When I go to SCI Fit in Pleasanton, I swear I think everybody the majority had Elements over vans.
Yo, it's one, it's not a van.
Yeah.
Two,
and I think that's
a big draw.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you don't want to drive a van.
No.
Some people are fine with it. But
I mean,
completely understand not wanting to drive a van.
Yeah.
You don't have
it's huge, and
four kids.
Yeah,
exactly.
I mean, there are some things I'm like, oh yeah, I'd be like, hey guys, I'd pick up all my friends.
They're obvious. Like, how many?
We're riding my van.
We have 12 of you. Yeah, I can fit 12 people in here.
Yeah.
Good, we're good. Right?
Yeah, but at the same time, the space and bulky and like.
Yeah. It's hard to just the little things. It's bigger driving in general.
Yeah, I mean gas. How's gas on?
It's a Honda, so.
Oh yeah.
So even it's 4-wheel drive, so you can take all this stuff, and they have they drop, the ramps come out and everything, and it's like the suicide doors where they open up.
Yeah.
Like that, so it's not easy to get your chair in.
Well, even with because I'd probably be in my power chair. It's all touch a button. Yeah.
There. I didn't know you had a power chair.
Touch a button. What?
I didn't know you had a power chair.
Yeah, I have a power chair, but I usually use it at home. I used to be in my manual, even though I had my power chair, I would be in my manual chair all the time, pushing myself on the carpet and stuff. And one day we were outside and it was 100 and something,
Oh, I remember this.
And my dog jumped in my lap and I fell. And luckily my mom was home. So I fell and I got 2nd-degree burns on my leg. So my mom was
that on the rocks, right?
Yes,
I remember
on the rocks.
those.
Yeah, it's when you first started working here.
Yeah,
and I was like, sorry, there's a big old blister bubble that's sticking out of my pants. And so my mom's like, no, you should use a power chair inside the house. And I was like, okay.
So how long?
She's like, I don't want something to happen where,
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's good to have both too. Like if you're gonna go somewhere where like, hey, we're at Disneyland.
Yeah.
Maybe you don't want to be wheeling around or pushing yourself, or have someone pushing you for 12 hours.
Yeah,
right? Does that make
exactly.
sense? So when so your dog jumped on you.
Yes.
Tipped you over out of this manual chair.
Yes. I was still in it. How long before my mom said?
So it was super hot.
Yes.
I know that because you burned yourself
very hot.
on your rock.
Yeah.
You burned yourself on the rocks. How long were you down?
I say I was down for maybe 10 minutes. Maybe, no, but
You were on the rocks for 10 minutes?
Maybe less than that.
Okay, so 8 minutes.
Yeah. But still,
Even still.
to a point where I had 2nd-degree burns.
Yeah,
is
I don't
crazy.
like walking across the street to get the damn mail.
It's probably
when I'm
2 o'clock.
barefoot.
2 o'clock.
Oh, so that's
in the afternoon. Yes.
Beaten on those rocks.
And I was just like, oh my God, my mom had a heart attack. When I'll show you the pictures.
How did you get her? What happened? How did you get her
So
attention?
we were gonna go outside, and then she's like, I'm gonna go inside and get some water. So,
she would get water for 8 minutes.
well, obviously, I'm looking at my phone. Things happen, Devin. She probably went to the bathroom. I don't know. Yeah, so that's what took so long. But yeah.
Oh my God! All right, so you're on. What did she do when she came out? Then you're on the ground, and your leg is being cooked.
She had a heart
They
attack.
do. Yeah, because you were Korean barbecue.
Yes.
Have you been to those restaurants where you can cook on like the lava stone or whatever? I've been to one
Oz?
time in Sunnyvale. No, that one's one in like Sunnyvale.
No.
They bring like a rock to it. It's a hot.
I think I've done that
and they're
before,
like, here's
but
your
not-
meat, and you put it on the rock.
I've done that before, but not. I don't think.
I went to one in Sunnyvale. I think it was called Rock. R-O-K. I'm fairly certain.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was.
It was good. All right.
What year did you start working here?
What year is it now? 19?
Yeah.
So 14? Dang. Yeah, 14.
Let me see.
This will be my 5th year. This month. What's the date? Yeah. I think my 5th year was it'll be in 4 days. It'll be 5 years here.
Oh my God.
All right. So she came out. What did she just pick you up?
Yeah. I mean, my mom gets when your kids are in distress, your parents get superpowers.
Yeah. Oh.
So this is just the first day.
Ooh, and it looks worse the next days. I know that. Oh,
So
my goodness.
First day.
Ooh, look at that bubble.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I remember the skin on that one. I remember seeing that going, whew. I'd never seen that jelly bean looking bubble right there. Looks like a lemonade jelly bean.
Yes. And then let's
Oh
see.
my goodness.
Okay. I probably put a filter, but not even like one of the filters. That's the color. That's the actual color.
It looks like an amoeba.
I
Like
said
it's
it
like
looks
yellow
like
and red and
it looks like a Doppler. You know when,
it's heavy storms right there.
Yeah.
All that red and yellow.
gross.
Oh my
right?
goodness.
Yeah.
Wow. Dang.
Yeah.
All right, so your mom just like scooped you and we're up,
Yeah.
up and out?
Well, I was still in my chair, so she kept me in the chair.
Oh, your whole chair tipped. Oh, because you had your seatbelt on.
Mm-hmm.
So your whole
Yeah. Yeah.
what'd you go to like, right to the ER then?
No. So we called I don't know if we called the doctor. Well, I think she called like urgent care or something.
Okay.
And they're like, oh, whatever, put this on it or don't touch it, and then come tomorrow. Come or go to your doctor, your primary care. So we call my doctor, and I go in there, and I'm like, I was like, the whole time I'm like, it's fine, it's fine.
Can you? How was your sense? Could you feel at all?
So my left side is a lot stronger. So I have a stronger sensation on my left. So my right, not as much.
And
I mean, I can feel.
That's your right.
Yes,
calf,
it was on my right.
basically, is
Yes.
where you got burned.
Mhm.
Okay.
And so my right side is. I mean, I could touch. It's kind of like that light touch. Like I can't feel the light touch.
Uh huh.
So we go in there, and the doctor looks at it, and she's like, "Oh, you can't do anything until the blister pops, obviously." So
That
she's
blister's like a golf ball.
yeah. And she's like, it's, yeah, you have second-degree burns. And I was like, oh, my God, there's second-degree burns? I'm like, I don't know that.
You were on there for
Yeah.
However, even if it was 5 minutes, like when
And
people
also,
walk
too-
on the cement barefoot, it
Yeah.
hurts.
And with spinal cord, too, being out in the sun, you burn a lot easier, especially with medications that you're on. And I'm not really on, like, a whole lot right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't really burn as quickly, I guess.
Well, there's a difference from
Yeah.
being, but like different people burn at different rates, like in the sun. Like
Yeah.
you and I probably don't burn as fast as some people, but
We do burn.
when when stuff is hot, you burn at the same rate.
Oh,
That has
yeah.
nothing to do with sunlight. Now you're talking about, hey, that rock is 190 degrees. Go ahead and sit on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you're gonna burn the same speed as anyone else. Like that's a different type of burn.
Yeah.
Like, your melanin is not helping you, protecting you from that lava rock you were laying on.
I mean, I've gotten sunburn before, but
That's
not
a
a
different
sunburn.
like
Yeah, I
there's
know.
like a different different mechanism. Yeah, like put your hand on a skillet, it's
Yeah.
gonna hurt. Like it doesn't protect you.
Well, I don't know if I feel that either. So.
Oh, you're right. It'll do damage.
Yeah.
Either way. All right. So you didn't end up having to go to the hospital. You just put stuff on it.
No, so yeah, do you see my mom like just put a little gauze over it?
Yeah. Oh, that was her. Just throw the
Yeah,
gauze
so
over it.
she
Okay.
just put gauze on it, and then obviously it popped, and then we put.
What'd you put on it?
I don't remember.
Was it like the Meta Honey?
It was. I think there was like a burn stuff, like
Oh,
a burn
okay,
cream
yeah.
stuff, and then I put Mederma for the scarring.
Yeah.
And Aya gave me some Jordanian stuff,
Meebo. I'm
Yeah.
using it for under my eye.
and I
I
put
still
that
have
stuff.
it sitting in there.
So I put that stuff too.
Yeah.
So it was a combination of a bunch of things.
Yeah.
I mean, it's light, but still, I mean, it's still there. Like the scar
Yeah.
is still
They
there.
always gonna ask how the Meebo, that Meebo stuff works. I don't know if it's FDA approved. Probably not. That's why it smells like sesame oil.
It has a smell to it.
Oh,
See?
yeah.
It's not that bad.
No, not bad at all.
But
Yeah.
clearly, it did not always look like that.
No, I remember when you came in, I was like,
Yeah.
ooh.
It's like, sorry, new dude. My
I
pus
might
juice gets all over.
leak
You're
out
like,
of my wound on the. I'm like, phew. This is gonna be real. This is my third week
Yeah.
here. Yeah, no, all right.
like,
Let's
oh,
go.
this girl's
No.
big pus ball is gonna pop. But actually,
There's worse things you
yeah,
could get.
yeah.
So,
True.
I mean, it's not
true.
great, but there's worse things you can get.
Oh.
So,
I have another story.
all right.
So when I was in the hospital,
You good?
I had okay.
You in the hospital?
I had a G-peg, so it's like a feeding tube in my stomach, and then yeah.
Did it go up through your nose?
I originally had one in my nose, but I tried to pull it out.
Yeah, you can't.
So I
do
didn't
that.
like. Yeah.
They don't like when you do that.
Yeah. So also too, this one is you could also like put medicine through. So
I know. Yeah.
So this one, it was in my stomach. And obviously, I was really excited. I remember I was in rehab and they're like, oh, you're going to do pool therapy. I was like, yay, fun. So, but we have to take out, I had a IV tube,
PICC line type thing?
PICC line. And so we have to take all this stuff out. And I'm like, okay, yay. Yeah. I was like, oh, is it going to hurt? And the doctor's like, oh, no, it's fine. So they come to remove my peg. And it's my doctor. And then not like a resident doctor. I don't know. I guess she's.
It's like learning.
Yeah,
is that resident? I don't know. I have limited.
Yeah, I don't really know how.
Knowledge.
Yeah,
in
I get all my stuff from like Grey's Anatomy. And,
yeah, that's even we're saying resident, but just because of like, that's probably what they would.
Yeah. So
house.
He's like, oh, she's gonna remove it, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, okay. He's like telling her, the tube is, it's gonna be a little tough to pull out, It's gonna tug a little bit, so just like pull it out. He's telling her, he's like, okay, do this, do that, and when you pull, make sure you. And she pulls it out, and like stomach stuff got everywhere.
Stomach stuff like blood?
No.
Or stomach stuff like not in.
Like fluid stuff.
Yay! Like from inside your stomach.
Yes.
So like stomach acids.
Yeah, I don't know, and it like got on my doctor, and like I just remember I was like laughing. I was like, this is funny, and she's like, oh my god, I'm so sorry, but
you have the overzealous resident.
Yeah.
Make sure you don't pull it out without doing this.
Yeah. Man, there's a bunch of crazy stuff that happened to me.
What's the craziest thing that's happened to you?
I found out that I was allergic to albuterol.
Like your inhaler?
I don't know exactly if it was I don't know if it was like albuterol. I'm pretty sure it was. But so I don't know what they're doing. Something happened with my lungs. And I remember this. The doctor, this was when I was in Mercy San Juan. And the doctor came in, and then there's like, once again, there's like, I don't know, 5, I don't know if they're residents or whatever.
They could be students.
Students.
There's a bunch of stuff they could
I have no idea. So he like injected me, and my whole body went into like convulsion.
Oh no.
Like, yes. And all I remember, and this is the time when, I was in and out, and all I remember is seeing like the students' faces, and they were like scared. I mean, I was scared, but then they were like more scared, like, oh my god, like what is happening?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I'm pretty sure this is not how this is supposed to be.
Does it make it worse when you see someone else?
Yeah.
Worse? Like when you're a little kid and you're like, oh, everything's fine, and you see your mom panicking.
Yeah.
Like,
oh no, yeah.
Well, damn.
And like the doctor's like freaking out. And, that was like a whole ordeal.
Jeez.
Yeah. That's freaking crazy.
All right.
Yeah.
Was your mom in there for that too?
Yes, I think she was in there.
She would be. I think you and your mom have, if not the closest, one of the like you're super close. You guys have a like amazing relationship, and she does. Does she do all the care? Do you have a care at all?
Yes, she does all the care.
So with a family member doing all the care, I don't know if I've seen anyone closer.
It's definitely difficult. It's ups and downs. She's my mom, and she's my
relationship.
Yeah, she's my mom and my caretaker, and it's a lot, but we make it work. Like we have a routine, and I mean she knows me and I know her, so it makes it easier, I guess. But yeah, I mean not every day is unicorns and rainbows. I
wouldn't expect everything to, because regardless of the situation, right? There are things in relation, but even still, what I've seen it a lot of times, like having a family member as a caretaker is super tough to navigate.
Yes.
Like oftentimes people, even if you can afford to have a even if like it sounds great, sometimes like you can't have that dynamic is not good for you too. Like, but you guys, I mean, also too, I think it's like a personality thing too. Like I know, not to be confrontational certain times, like don't, I empathize. I'm like, she went to work this morning, like I try to put myself in time frame, or put myself in the mindset
if the roles were reversed,
Uh-huh.
and I'm like, I want to make it easier, so I think of things like, like I get my water from the fridge, because I can,
Yeah.
stuff like that, to just make things easier for her. Like, I do what I can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably good. It's good for both of you.
Yeah.
Like the little things that just like don't make her end up running around all day.
Exactly.
Like, hey, can I have some water?
Yeah. I mean, I
You
can get
can
my
do
water.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I can get my
And
water.
it may be tough for you sometimes, but you having to do those things built independence back into your life too, that type of thing.
I mean, she could leave me. You know what I mean? Leave the house, run errands, and I'd be okay.
Yeah.
And I mean, now, like when I first got out, I don't think I could have had that kind of independence. But now, she can go run errands, do what she needs to do, and I'm fine. I can get myself a snack.
That's nice. Yeah.
Yeah, and that is nice. It's also good to have that time to myself. Being left alone and stuff.
Yeah, you're a grown ass woman. Just because.
Yeah.
Whoever's your best friend, you want some space by yourself.
Yeah,
Whoever you're with most. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
I like that time, like my alone time. Like go do what you have to do.
Yeah.
Let me just sit here and like read my book or watch TV for whatever.
Yeah. Is there any stuff so what have you done? And like you said, you get your own snack, but like are there is there pre-made stuff in there, like, or you get stuff that you just know like, I can do that better?
So
than
this
other
is
things. You can't pick. I know you're probably not picking up like a gallon of milk if you wanted that, right? So
no.
those types of things.
So there's stuff on the counter, bags of stuff like almonds, cashews, crackers, chips, whatever. I have my Hydro Flask. So if I wanted, I can go to the fridge and get some hummus out. You know what I mean? Yeah. I can open up a container of hummus. I can grab some carrots, the bag's open. If the bag's open. Because, I couldn't get it if it was, but yeah, the bag's open. All the stuff that's on the counter, it's open. So, I can get it myself.
Let's see. So then when you start driving then, is your ultimate goal then to be in a place by yourself?
Yeah.
Okay. And then so driving to the store and everything, and getting your own.
Go to Starbucks, just hang out.
Just whatever.
Yeah, whatever. Okay. Even before like my injury, I was very much like that. Like, I like my time to myself. Like, I like just being by myself, doing whatever, But yeah, I definitely want to get to that point once I start driving.
Have you looked into like lessons yet on where that? Because let me go back. Did your license get suspended when you got injured?
No.
Have you been renewing it and everything too?
So I renewed it.
Are you walking around with an expired license right now?
But I have an ID.
Oh, okay. So you have to take the test.
Well, because when I turned 30,
you probably should anyway.
Yeah, when I turned 30, I could have just renewed it,
Yeah.
and gotten injected. But I was like, I want to retake my picture, because my picture is from when I'm 16,
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'll go down there. And then so when I went down there, I retook my picture, and the lady's like, yeah, when you decide to get the license or whatever, you come in here, and she told me like the process and stuff. So yeah, I'd have to go down there. Yeah.
Have you like so you've looked into lessons or not?
No, I have not looked at lessons yet. But eventually I will.
It sounds like, from what I hear, you need like 18 hours around the wheel.
Isn't
that's
it?
from what the people around here have talked
How
about.
much when you were younger? 6?
Was it 6? I have no
hours?
idea.
I don't even remember.
The guy with us was
Bond?
No, I know it was like some. I don't even know what.
I didn't do Bond either. You know what's funny? My instructor was in a wheelchair.
Really?
Yes,
you should go through that company and see if he's there.
I doubt he's alive.
That's sad.
He was like really old. So no, and he picked me up, and not only was the car adaptable, for driver's ed, it was adaptable for him too. I remember that.
We should probably go through that. I don't know what that school is, but
it's gone. It's an antique store now.
Elk Grove specific.
No, it was in Sacramento on Broadway.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but it wasn't Bond. It was I don't even know. Me and my friend took it. Yeah, but yeah, isn't that crazy? But yeah, he's probably not.
Oh, that's more good. Is there anything you're nervous about for driving?
I mean, like, I don't want to hit anybody. Like, I don't.
But that's normal. I don't want to hit anyone.
Yeah.
Either. That's normal. I'm talking
I want to be able to control the car. Like, I don't want to mess up the car. You know.
Yeah. Have you seen? So, you know Andy.
No, I have not
So
met Andy.
he just graduated from UC Davis, but he's driving himself now. He's like C. He's high C.
I think I've seen like pictures of him.
His car, he's got this van, and so like the steering wheel is like a plate in front. It's like flat, and it's got the 3-prong in there for his hand, and you can go all the way around with it, so you don't need hand function. And then he's got the 3-prong for the gas, brake, all that whole thing, and then everything else is touchscreen. Horn,
really cool.
signal, like pop open the gas. Everything else is touchscreen.
That's really cool.
And it's
His is a van though.
yeah. I forget what type of that. Well, I mean, but
You know what I've also seen? Have you seen the trucks?
with like lift
Yeah.
out of the bed.
It goes, so they're like lifted, their trucks, and it opens up like this, and the chair comes down, and then you transfer onto the chair.
Yeah, I haven't seen it with a butterfly door like
Yeah.
that, but I've seen someone
I've
here
seen
has one, and
trucks.
so they like the door opens, the chair like swivels whatever 90 degrees to the right, and then the whole thing comes out and down.
Yeah.
I have seen that.
Yeah.
Almost like a pool lift, but not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have a bunch of them.
I've seen it on a
like
Chevy. I don't know if they got it put in, or obviously they got it put in, but if you can order them like that, or if you have to go through a company. But
Yeah, oh yeah.
it was on a Chevy Tahoe.
I don't know. You know what? And I don't even know if I don't know if insurance covers any of that. I
wonder
don't
if
know.
they-
Maybe
I
they
mean,
cover a portion of it. Maybe.
Is it?
I don't
Is
know.
it not necessary? Right? Could they say it's not necessary because you didn't have to buy this car?
Yeah,
you didn't
that's
have to-
true.
I don't know.
But I mean, I feel like you can go through it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd have to ask somebody.
Yeah.
I don't really know.
Oh, you know what else is in his car or in his van is everything is like half resistance. So when he's turning, it's got a little more sensitivity to it, so he doesn't have to crank and everything.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's really good. That's
I think
smart.
everything in the cars. I think I'm like the doors are all push, but everything is half whatever, and then the touch screen is all. He just does his knuckles.
'Cause usually, you see all the people like paraplegics. You see their setup. I've seen setups, in the car, and it's mostly just
I've seen 2 different ones of the stick that's like attached to the gas and the brake,
Yeah.
and it's push for the gas and then move the stick left for the brake. I think I don't know. It's probably different ones.
Yeah.
But then I've seen one that's like a paddle, so it's you hold onto the wheel with one hand.
Oh yeah,
And then you just
it's at
grab
the top.
it.
Yeah.
No, it's like a paddle, and I'm holding on. So I'm holding it with my right hand is this joystick from the bottom that sticks out to the left, and that's where your left hand goes. And you move that around, but it's not coming from the pedals. It's like if the car were driven. It's like a video game almost.
Yeah.
And go like that.
Yeah.
I don't even remember who had that one now.
Who has the Tesla?
What's up?
Whose Tesla is that?
Oh, David in the morning. He's got the
Does he
model,
still
the,
come
the
here?
Model X.
I think so.
Yeah.
It was like one day you got it was towards Christmas music.
Yeah.
Is it
Yeah, that's
Christmas
David with the
music?
Model
Yeah.
X. It plays that so it opens the doors and flashes the lights.
And that car is adaptable, right? Or is it
I think
or is
he
it
has
just a
made
Tesla?
some adaptations to it.
Okay.
Like I know, he's got just because of things he can and can't do. Like he has now it's touchscreen. So you touch to open it, but his previous car had handles attached to loops attached to the handles on the outside of the car. So he hooked his wrist in and pulled, and then I think it's like the 3-prong on the steering wheel and that type of thing. So yeah, made adaptations to it, but it's not as extensive as like a van.
Jeez. I mean, you could adapt to anything now.
Yeah.
So.
And one, you've been working on your slide board transfers anyway, and I've seen that. Like, if you get to that point where you can do that effectively, then you'd be able to get. There are more cars that you can use. I mean, the chair's probably a little heavy for you to lift,
Yeah.
but
I mean, that's probably the things that we're going to be working on. My mom's like, let's have a fundraiser to either get a car
you should.
or a new chair. I mean, I think I can have my insurance. Yeah, I'm due for a power chair. Yes, for a power
every
chair.
5
yeah.
years, right? And you have,
Yeah, I've had my power chair forever. Well, my mom's the more expensive one, so.
You might as well.
You can get a power. I mean, my mom's like, we can always, do a fundraiser for a new regular chair. I mean, I've had this chair for a while now.
Since I've known you, and it was
So my first one had it was yellow. Yeah, it was yellow, and I mean, it was a So this is rigid. So the yellow wheelchair was folded up like a regular, and then the footrest swung out. So you
flip the flap on the pedals and they widen out.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you just take them off.
Uh-huh.
But it was, I don't know, it was just, I guess it was heavier. I don't know. I feel like it was heavier, and my feet were always bouncing off the.
I feel like people's bounce off of those more than like when you
Yeah.
get something that now this was what probably measured for you.
Yes,
know,
I mean they're
just a
both
little
measured, but
more.
still, I mean,
This is clearly like made to
Yeah.
a size versus those pedals are made for you, but the other ones are adjustable to get close to you, right? Like
I feel though this is the second wheelchair. I feel now I'm like, okay, I know what I want,
Yeah.
or I know what's gonna work for me, because I mean there's still like problems with this one. I don't. This is a Roho cushion, the kind that you blow up.
yeah.
Like it's all.
Oh, it's got the
Yeah, but I like the J cushion, which is has a gel in it, so it's a little bit more. I don't know, it's firmer.
Okay.
This one, I mean, it's good for pressure releasing and stuff, but I don't know. I just don't like it as much as because I've had both, and I like the firm
yeah.
chair a lot more.
It just gives you a little more feedback. And,
Yeah.
And as long as you're on it in terms of adjustment, then
Yeah.
you're good.
I like it a lot better.
So where's the first place you're gonna drive then? Like
I don't know. I'd probably go get coffee.
is that would be just
Yeah.
go call up a friend or go by yourself?
I'd go. I mean, I would go by myself, but then eventually call someone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you done any traveling? at all?
Yes. So the first time I traveled, we went to Cancun.
Okay.
And for the most part, I mean, it was my first time after my injury being on a plane and dealing with, going through security and getting on the plane.
Yeah.
And for the most part, it was okay. Oh my God. Coming back from Cancun and being in Houston, it was the worst.
Oh.
Like we were, we had to stay overnight in Houston, but I could, luckily we landed. Oh no, we didn't. Yeah, did we land? Or did we even get on? I think we got on the plane and then we got off the plane. But I can't imagine being stuck, Like those are the things you think about now. I'm like, man, like being here stuck on the plane for like 5 hours or,
In that seat.
Yeah. I mean,
I wonder what would happen.
I don't know. I mean,
Because if you get hurt on a plane,
Yeah.
it's a problem for them.
Yeah.
They take you off, and then everyone else is like, well, she's getting off.
Yeah,
And they don't
exactly.
understand that you medically have
Yeah.
to get up. What? Medically have to get up? No,
Exactly.
your anxiety can hold on.
so that was, I think it was like United. I forget. United? I didn't. It was okay. We flew Southwest and it was amazing.
Did
Yeah,
they,
just recently we flew Southwest in May.
Are they like more? Are they just super accommodating for you?
Yeah,
and everything?
so when I was on United, it was a whole ordeal. You have to transfer from your wheelchair into an aisle seat, and then they push the aisle seat, and then they transfer you into your regular seat on the plane.
Yeah.
So I was like, this is, like, I mean, I'm small, like, it's not that hard, but it's just, I'm sure that's protocol. That's what they have to do with people in wheelchairs, But when I flew Southwest, the lady was like, "Oh, we can just take her from her chair. Like it's fine. We don't need."
Your chair fits on the aisle like that?
Yes. So we didn't realize. I mean, it's pushing it a little bit,
I wonder if
but
they-
it does.
yeah.
It does. And the lady's like, "Oh, it's fine. Like we could." So the lady and the other guy, they just put me in like the seat. It was like fast.
I wonder if they've widened aisles and.
I mean, they have to.
This is big.
Yeah.
If you're gonna use two
No, some
seats, you
people
probably
have
need
to
a
buy-
wide. I
yeah, some people
know.
have to buy 2 tickets.
And then get mad. Why? You're taking up 2. That's your own fault. But that's
But you think just basic engineering of a plane, you're like, okay, let's make this the most comfortable we can for people, so let's give them a little bit more room on a plane.
Yeah, but that's not what they're thinking. They're thinking, hey,
how many people
can fit
yeah.
so we can make this much money?
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Yeah. Otherwise, you got to charge way more for every seat.
Yeah.
So they just. And then what do they do with your chair? Then they ship. How do they get
They
it? There?
put it. There's a tag on
They
it,
check
and
it?
yeah, they check it, and then they just put it underneath the plane. But yeah.
That's cool. Dang. It seems like airplane seat aisles are not that wide.
Yeah, I mean,
But-
well, you're looking at my chair, you know,
That your
Yeah.
chair looks wider than the airline
Yeah.
aisle right now.
and then I think about, oh, you know, bigger people like who are in wheelchairs, it must be a lot harder.
Yeah, if you're like if you're 500 pounds getting wheeled in,
I don't even know how they would do that.
yeah, there probably aren't that many people
Yeah.
that are flying that are that big. I'll throw that out. But how the fuck? That's cool. Well, so where'd you go when you went on Southwest?
We went down to down south to Oxnard. My cousin went to.
Oh,
she graduated
I remember
from
that.
Channel Islands,
Yeah.
CSU Channel Islands.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it is nice. I mean, thinking about being in Cancun, you know, accessibility and everything.
I was gonna say, how was it in another country?
So in
How was
another
it?
country, I mean, it was fine because we stayed at the resort the whole time. But obviously, we did other things. Like we went on a catamaran, and they had to lift me, you know, in my chair onto the catamaran. So
Yeah.
that was like kind of scary. I was like, please don't drop me in the water. This will not be good. But yeah, I mean, I wasn't out about in the city, but I've been to Cancun before. But looking back, I'm like, oh, it'd be really difficult to get around, you know. I guess it depends on what city you're in too. So
Have you gone any other like international locations then since?
no, I haven't. But I think I read an article, and I think some of the more accessible countries were like Dubai. Well, obviously because it's new and like, you know,
And expensive, so they just do whatever they
super
want.
expensive, yeah. So Dubai was really accessible. I forget what else was on there. But as far as, you know, like in the States, there's a whole bunch of accessible places.
Yeah.
Like Hawaii had a lot of, we want to go to Hawaii. And Hawaii has a lot of accessible places. And they have like beach wheelchairs and everything, you know.
Those are cool.
Yeah.
The beach wheelchairs. Someone got one.
San Diego has them too.
Yeah, Lane got one down in San Diego and just go on the beach and it's big old tires and just
Yeah.
driving around like that.
So when we were in Cancun, I got in the pool, and when I got in the pool, I had on my AFOs, and I had AFOs, and then I had what is it? Not beach shoes. What are they called?
Those like
Water
little
shoes.
water
Yeah.
moccasins.
Yeah.
or-
So and I was able to stand in the pool and like, you know, go against the edge. And there's a bar in the pool, so I'd sit on the bar stop and like brace myself. So, I mean, I was able to be in the pool, you know.
That's nice.
Yeah. But like I think, you know, not everybody can like get in the pool.
No.
Like I you know, I have the core strength to like stay not fall over.
Yeah.
So
And the arms to push off.
Yeah.
Wait, so you're in the pool. So those bars always. Those are like stone seats all the time. Did you worry about like moving around in that?
well, someone was next to me all the time, so that was fine. So someone was always next. It was
Did you tell them, can you adjust my seat or can you help me do a pressure release for 30 seconds?
I mean,
Like-
if I had to release pressure, I'd just stand up in the pool.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
it's
so-
right there.
Yeah, but I always had to make sure someone's next to me, and like we were like been drinking for like 5 hours in the pool. That was. I'm surprised I didn't drown.
How did
Maybe I did fall in the pool.
make it? Oh my god!
But yeah,
Or like make it back to your room with other drunk people now too. Like
It was
everyone's
insane.
drinking. Did they knock you out? Did you fall? Did you bump into anything? Like,
no.
do you ever get nervous when your mom doesn't drink it?
Well, my mom's not a huge she's not a like huge drinker, but like it was like we were in, you know, my cousin's wedding, and so like we were all like drinking and stuff, so it was fine, but it was crazy. The guy in the morning, there's like, you know, this Mexican guy, the people who work out there at the resort was like, oh, we know you. I was like, oh my god.
That's funny.
But they knew who we were, like, because they're like, man, those girls. We were talking to the bartender, you know, to the bartender, and like they're like, man, you guys were at the pool forever yesterday. Like I was eating pizza in the pool like that long.
Jeez.
Like I was like, I don't need to get out. Like just give us pizza and we'll just sit
that
here.
wet, nasty pizza. Because my hands are all clammy because I've been in and out of the pool.
Yeah, it was fun though. But I was like, oh, you know, that was one thing. My cousin's like, oh, you know, they have a pool, and you know, you'll be able to get in the pool and stuff.
That
and
was
I
part of
was
the
like,
draw
oh, that's
too.
good, yeah.
Had you been in the pool before that?
I mean, yeah, for rehab, you know.
Oh, but like not in rehab though, I should say.
Yes. Yes, my uncle at their old house, they had a pool, so I got it, and I just sit in the like shallow end. Yeah. But yeah.
Oh my goodness, that's funny when they start recognizing you at the resort. You're like, okay, I'm probably having a good time then.
Yeah. Like, oh yeah, we know it. And also, and they were, you know, what was really good is like, the workers there, they're willing to help. You know what I mean? Like if they saw that, oh, there's a step, or like even if it was just like something small, like, oh no, you know, we'll help you. Mm-hmm. So I'm assuming, you know, they've had people at the resort like in wheelchairs. So
yeah. Are there times when someone's like helping you and you're like, I just want to do this myself? Like, please don't help me, because I'm sure they're.
I mean, there's moments like that, but I feel like people see me and they measure like, oh, you know, like, oh, she got it, or you know what I mean. So I mean, I notice a lot of the times when I'm at the store, like I'll be like, my mom's like, oh, I'll get something, and I'll be in an aisle and I'll be like looking at my phone, or I get distracted, and so I'm like, oh, do you need me to help you? Like, do you want me to get something? I'm like, oh no, I'm fine. Like, which is nice, you know. People all ask me,
people
but
are nice,
I mean, yeah, people are nice. Like, I don't get like upset or angry or anything. Like, you know, they're just trying to be nice.
They're just trying to be nice, for sure. I just know I've heard sometimes when people are like, even just like transferring from a car or something, they're like, oh, let me help you, and then when they come to help, it just makes things harder because you have your own system worked out.
I mean, it just depends on the person. That's what I think. It all depends on the person.
How much they're doing and all that.
Yeah,
that makes sense. Well, shoot. You feeling good now? We should get to this nacho festival then.
Oh yeah.
Because alright.
All I've eaten today is avocado toast, Evan.
Avocado? That's all you've eaten? I'm trying to stay out of the wide chair.
That's a lie. I had a perfect bar too. So. I had a perfect bar, and so Mike said he's never had one, so I'm bringing him one on Tuesday.
Those are super good.
I'm bringing him the cookie dough one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That one's so good. Oh. But I like the coconut one, but I'm bringing him the cookie dough because
they're all good. Yeah. Just take them out of the fridge. Sure. All right. Well, let's shut this down. Let's go eat nachos.
Yes.
All right. Well, thanks for coming.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
What you know about? What you know about?